Let's also bring you a tweet now from Pam Bondi. Let me just see if I can find it. I can't actually read that from where I am, but the US Attorney General, Pam Bondi, I'm being told, has tweeted, and she has said this: Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, have been indicted in the Southern District of New York. Nicolas Maduro has been charged with Narco-Terrorism Conspiracy, Cocaine Importation Conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. They will soon face the full wrath of American justice, on American soil, in American courts. On behalf of the entire US DOJ, Department of Justice, I would like to thank President Trump for having the courage to demand accountability on behalf of the American people. And a huge thank you to our brave military who conducted the incredible and highly successful mission to capture those two alleged international narco traffickers. So you have it right there. Those are the charges which will be put in front of Nicolas Maduro if and when he arrives on American soil, as we believe he will. The main charges will be on drugs and terrorism against Venezuela's president and his wife. Well, let's dig a little bit more deeply into what has happened. Our global affairs reporter Mimi Swaby is here. Mimi, good to talk to you. We're just hearing there about the charges against President Maduro. So just remind viewers who are watching this at home what exactly the background is. President Maduro obviously has been in power since 2013, since the death of Hugo Chavez, but the government is widely considered illegitimate by the international community.
That's correct. From the 2024 elections, it is widely considered that Nicolas Maduro rigged the election and declared victory when, in fact, the opposition, led by Maria Corina Machado, the candidate Edmundo Gonzalez, won by a landslide. Now, following that very disputed election, he claimed power and really cracked down on political repression. We saw thousands of individuals arrested, protests erupted in the streets, and we saw a crackdown on an extreme level. Now, this is on top of nearly 8 million Venezuelans who have fled the country since he first came into power in 2013, largely due to political repression, alongside economic hardship and other humanitarian issues. But he's very much consolidated his power and relies heavily on the military to do so. Nicolas Maduro has been warned repeatedly now, intensifyingly, in the last few months since the US started their operation in early September with these numerous strikes on alleged vessels carrying drugs from Venezuela through the South Caribbean Sea, as well as the Pacific Ocean, that they wanted to fight drugs, which they say Nicolas Maduro heads a cartel de los Soles, largely from the military that supposedly has a strong root due to the military. Those Soles, the suns, are a symbol of ranking with Venezuelan military officials, and this is something he has denied. But it's been increasing pressure we've seen. They've said that he heads these drug operations, he is an illegitimate leader, and we've been seeing strikes, oil tankers seized, a land strike recently, and now an unprecedented operation in Venezuela, extracting the disputed leader and his wife, now supposedly heading for the US.
And I really want to make it clear to viewers at home that although we say this is an illegitimate government, this is still a sovereign, independent state. And I'm pretty sure that other Latin American countries will be extremely worried about the precedent this sets, that the US feels that it's able to dive into another country, an independent sovereign state, extract the leader and put that leader on trial. This is going to worry Latin Americans, isn't it?
Hugely. Many will remember the era of gunboat diplomacy from the US, where the US essentially went into countries, meddled and toppled regimes it didn't see fit to govern, and it was a really bloody, destructive period. Now, President Trump says he is the president of peace. However, all eyes in the region and the global community will be on what happens next, and specifically what actions the US take next. The idea that extracting and presumably removing Nicolas Maduro from power for the opposition, who is very heavily backed by the US and Donald Trump specifically, to move in is deceptively simple. That is not going to happen efficiently or very simply. Maduro's inner circle, 4 key players, are very much holding fort. We've seen all 4 of those, including the vice president, the foreign minister, and the Minister of Internal Affairs, make public statements and really rally Venezuelans, saying we are going to stand strong, calling arms and deploying police forces across the country, as well as civilian militia, to crack down on any Venezuelans celebrating. They really are kind of holding power at the moment. We've seen Delcy Rodriguez, the vice president, seemingly exercising power. Constitutionally, she is kind of next in command. But interestingly, lots of people are looking at Diosdado Caballo, who is kind of the second in command. He's the Minister of Internal Affairs. He is very much going to be in the spotlight, as well as trying to kind of fill that power vacuum the forced removal of Nicolas Maduro has left. But it will be over the coming days that we'll see who actually takes up that power and if they can do it effectively.